Let's talk about budget night vision. This is always an incredibly popular topic, and everyone's looking for that budget option that is just as good. And night vision is one of those things that everyone really wants to find a good option that isn't $10,000 like this setup here. So in today's video, unlike the last night vision video I did here that kind of somewhat blew up, you can check that video out here later if you'd like to. I think this is a really good night vision option. Now, I mentioned the previous model probably wasn't the best decision to go with and probably not the best option. A ton of you still wanted to buy it, which worries me a little bit, but I'm actually gonna give you a good option that's under $500 that I think is pretty dang good. These are the NVG30 from Goodnight Gear, and this is a night vision unit I've been testing for over a year. I really wanted to put these through the paces to see if they were actually a decent option for those of you that want something to be able to see at nighttime and not spend that $5,000 to $10,000 to get into it, because it is incredibly expensive to get good, legitimate night vision. Now this is digital night vision, these are monoculars, and you can get these in a dual setup like this, or you can go with just a single. So I have 3 of these units, and these are actually the units I use to film all of the night shooting that I do in any kind of reviews, like the thermal unit from Hollow Sun. A lot of that footage was from these units. So if you guys wanna see that video and kind of see some of that footage and see how I filmed that, you can watch that video later. But you can get a single one of these for under $500, or you can go with the duals with a helmet. This whole setup right here was just over $1,000, which for that price tag, usually you're not expecting a whole lot, especially when you're looking at binos and an entire helmet setup. So we'll break the whole setup down and what we got here, and then we'll go over a bunch of videos and actually see it compared to legitimate PVS 14. This is anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 unit. This whole setup right here is anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 depending on what you get. So we're gonna compare the two with a lot of B-roll videos showing you the difference of them. Now I will say as a caveat, this is filmed on it. This is filmed through a camera through the lens, so the quality isn't going to be as good as what you really can see through this. This is actually filming directly through the unit, which is really cool, and actually a bonus for this unit is the fact that you can use it as a video camera or a picture taker, but the quality is going to be a little bit different in that sense, just because one's being filmed directly on the unit and the other one's being filmed through a cell phone through a tube. So let's go over my relationship with Goodnight Gear. They did send me these units. I did not spend my money on it. I do appreciate them for that. They sent me the bino setup to test, and they sent me another unit to be able to film everything as well. So that was really cool of them. Real quickly, let's go over the cool companies that are super cool and nice, and we really like them. It is Brownells and Shooting Targets USA. Both of them are super cool, super nice. Go to tacticalvisor.net. That's my website, and you guys will be able to see how cool and nice they are, and I would love you guys to do that. Another company that's incredibly nice is Mountain Ops. You can go down in the description. There's a link to their website, and you can use code TA15. That's going to save you 15% on anything they have on their website. That's apparel, that's their hydration packs, their protein bars, their supplements, their energy stuff. You're going to love it. I use it when I'm biking, I'm hiking, when I'm hunting, or I am out cutting wood. Use that discount code TA15. And I appreciate it. Let's get right back into this video. Now, just to be clear before we get into the full video, do I think this budget $500 digital night vision is better than the real deal? Absolutely not. If you are looking for legitimate night vision, the best you can get, I highly recommend that you get real night vision. You get the good stuff, the stuff that costs thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars, especially if you're using this in a work setting. Now, what I will say though, is if you are somebody that wants to get into night vision, doesn't want to break the bank, wants to see at night, or might even just use this as a scanning unit for work purposes, this is a really good unit for the price. I was incredibly impressed by the quality of this for the price. I just want to clarify that. It is for the price. And when you compare these two side by side, I'm always going to choose this one to go out if I'm in a work setting. But if I just need something quick, or I wanted something to be able to scan and be able to see what was going on, or if I just want to go down the range and still be able to see at night and have an option, because you can still shoot with these. You can still see IR setups. You can still see at a good distance. Then I think this is a really good option for $500 or $1,000 if you want to get the whole setup. Now this is a bump helmet, so it's not bulletproof like this helmet is. This is a Hard Hat Veterans bulletproof helmet. This one is not, so you're gonna have a significant price difference and weight difference. This helmet is incredibly lightweight, and the mount is quite a bit different between the two. I mean, the mount on this is almost as expensive as the, well, it's actually as expensive as one of the monocles. What are we playing, Monopoly? Monoculars, not a monocle. It's incredible how expensive some of the legitimate night vision equipment can cost. You mean, you're $500 for a mount. It's kind of insane. Man, I'm choking up. I'm getting emotional. No, I just swallowed wrong. So let's go ahead and set this incredibly expensive setup off to the side there. And let's just really dive into this and talk about it. So this is a singular unit that I use for all my filming, and that is one of the biggest pros of this unit is you can actually film what you're seeing. And for me, being able to film content's really cool, so I'm able to just put it up there, film. Now I will say the audio quality is not good, it's pretty poo-poo, but the video quality is really good for what you're getting. You're able to change the color to colorized, black and white, or a fluorescent mode, depending on what you prefer, and the distance and quality and clarity is so much better than I expected. Now, this runs off an 18650 battery and is rechargeable by USB-C, and it runs anywhere from 3 to 6 hours depending how much you use the IR light. Now, the IR light is actually pretty impressive. Again, you're gonna see a bunch of B-roll here. A lot of this video is gonna be B-roll from this because what I wanna do is show you exactly what to expect. What I don't want is you to get this unit and be like, it's not what I expected. I want it better. Or, oh wow, okay, that is really good, and it makes you decide to get it. You know, I just want you to see exactly what you're getting with this unit, and that's the coolest thing about videotaping is I can show you that. Now, this actually does come with its own micro SD card in here, so you don't have to buy an SD card to be able to transfer the files, and you can add later down the road if you need more. But what's cool is right out of the box, you can go out and actually film and use this right away. Now for the distance you can see with this. It says on their website that you can see up to 100 meters in full darkness with the IR light on the device. Now if you're looking for starlight and a little bit brighter, you're looking at 250 to 300 meters. In my experience, I wouldn't say I got quite that far, but it is much farther than I expected originally. And then once you use like an IR light on your rifle or you're using the IR aiming device, it makes it even easier to be able to shoot and aim and do the things that you want to. Now, if you're just actually using this to move or travel at nighttime, no problems at all. You can see plenty far to be able to travel. I did a lot of stuff going back in the woods, just walking around, and I was just so impressed for a sub $500 unit that is digital and how clear it was. Now, one of the big things with digitals that you're gonna see is there's usually like this weird delay. Now, I will say there is an ever so slight delay on this, which isn't incredibly uncommon with digital night vision. That is kind of one of the downsides to digital as of right now. Now, as times change, I imagine those things are gonna go away and you're gonna see digital really coming to its own and being able to fix a lot of those little problems. But when it comes to the cheaper digital night vision, you still have some of that delay, especially when you're moving quickly. Now for the durability of this unit, I've not done any legitimate durability tests or drop testing on this, but I will say it doesn't feel or sound like the most durable product on the market. Is a plastic shroud around it. Now I will say night vision is incredibly durable either. You drop that and it can break pretty easily. So I don't necessarily think it's fair to downgrade this too much in the sense of durability because the actual legitimate $10,000 night vision, you have to put around in bubble wrap and have little special sacks and bags for them just in case they don't get hit to mess up the actual night vision themselves. So in a different sense, the housing of those are pretty durable. It's just the actual internals aren't very durable. These, I just don't think the housing itself is incredibly durable. This has a 30 to 40 FPS frame rate, and man, by now you've seen a bunch of different B-roll of this thing filming. A couple in this actual vault room where it is pitch black. There are no windows or anything in this room, and when you turn the lights off, you can't see a thing. And I was shocked. It was the very first time I pulled this thing out. I turned it on. I was expecting just like really not being able to see much, and I was shocked when I had to turn on the IR device. I turned on the IR device. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. You know, the illuminator obviously helped it, but you could see in a complete pitch black room. So interior in a house, this is actually really clear. Now you have to adjust it just like you would your night vision in the front. So a lot of the B-roll you'll see kind of blurry at first and then it'll adjust and it'll crispen up a little bit and clear up. But then on the outside as well, just absolutely impressed. And you're gonna see some side-by-side comparison or before and after comparison of IR illuminator or IR aiming device, just to give you a really good comparison of the two to see under the exact same lighting conditions. Now I want to go back and touch on the battery life real quick. I was really impressed with the battery life when filming with this. So they didn't have anything on their website about how filming, it was just using it and with the IR illuminator. Now, when I was filming with this, I was expecting a much decreased battery life on this, but we were out for a couple hours each time and I didn't have to charge this. So I was really happy with the battery life so far, and now I have 3 of them. I'm able to rotate them pretty easy, but so far the battery life has been good in my experience. Now, one of the gripes I do have is this mount. I just really hope they upgrade this and change this. Now, will it work for those of you that just need something quick and for the price tag? Sure, it works. It's fine. It just doesn't work as good as it could. Now, as good as the night vision was for the price and the fact that you can get a helmet that works just fine to be able to mount stuff here and be able to have a mount up front, it's just left a lot to be desired. I was really expecting more because of how good the other stuff was. I was expecting the mount to be better. So one thing I'd really like to see them improve on and make better is this mount, because if they did that, I think the night vision would be even better, because this just does not sit on my face incredibly well. Like, as you can see, it works, it's fine, but it could be better. So let's go ahead and summarize real quick. Incredibly good for the price. I was very impressed. Definitely the best sub $1,000 night vision I have tested to date, and I've tested a lot of them. I've got actually 3 units sitting right there, and 2 over there that I haven't even opened yet. And then a handful of one that I've just tested that were complete garbage that I got rid of. So I tested a lot of them, because once you do one night vision video like the one I did, then you just get contacted by every budget night vision company out there, and I was testing a bunch of them, and none of them were good enough for me even to mention until this one came along, and I've been pretty impressed with it. Now, what I will say again, I want to definitely reiterate this. If you're looking for a duty-driven setup, this is a helmet that I use for SWAT, and I would always say, go with the good stuff for a purpose-driven role or a work or a SWAT unit. Don't get a $500 night vision unit that has a slight delay in its digital for that as of now. Now, in the future, things might change. Look at the date of the video. You know, digital is obviously going to keep rising and keep getting better over time, but as of right now, get the good stuff. Make your department buy you really good and expensive stuff. My agency did not buy me this, unfortunately. I wish they would have. It would have saved me a significant amount of money. But you know, get the good stuff for that kind of stuff, and you're not going to regret it. Now, anybody else, if you're looking for just a cool unit, or if you want one in your patrol car, just to be able to scan at night if you're a third shifter and are like, man, it'd really be nice to have something to, random call we get to all the time is like deer that get injured. You gotta go find the deer. It'd be really nice to have this and go out there and find the deer really quickly and easily in a field. You can scan out in that 300 yards of that field and see it very easily. I could see a unit like this being really nice for that sense. Or just your traditional guy that wants to go out and train and practice and be better and be able to see at night. This is gonna get you there, and maybe you upgrade later down the road. But I always say, and I always want to stress, buy once, cry once. Get the good stuff if you can, and if it's something that makes sense. Don't put yourself in a horrible financial strain and you have to like sell one of your children because you bought $10,000 worth of night vision that you'll never use. Maybe go with this one. So it's actually pretty cool. They gave a discount code as well for those of you that would like to save a little bit of money. There's a link in the description directly to these, and if you use code Tactical Advisor, they'll save you 10% off, which saves you even more. So that $1,000 unit will be sub $1,000 now, which is pretty incredible. So really nice of them to do that. I will continue to film with this and test it, and if any updates come from them, I will let you guys know, and I will further test those as well. But other than that, I hope this video is able to help you make a better purchase decision to decide if a budget night vision unit is right for you or not. Maybe based off the things you saw, you want to buy the good stuff. That is always my goal, to help you spend your money in the best way possible. If you guys are looking to help out the channel, there's a couple ways to do that. Make sure you guys check out those companies. Brownells, Shooting Targets USA, thank you guys so much. They're really incredible guys and people, and I really appreciate them. Going to tacticalvisor.net is a huge way to help there, and Howitzer Clothing donates 5% proceeds to charity, and I love them for that. There's a lot of other stuff on my website that you guys can see, and I would love for you guys to check that out. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I appreciate, actually, locals. Go to my locals, exclusive content, Telegram for a bunch of stuff. There's links in the description for all that stuff if you guys are interested. Super big, helpful, supportive. If you guys enjoy the content, subscribe. What else can I throw in here to make this longer? No, we're good. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all.